Ô mulher, balança o berço, que o menino tá chorando. Ô mulher, balança o berço, que ele para de chorar.
Ô mulher, balança o berço, que o menino está chorando. Ô mulher, balança o berço, que ele para de chorar.
Now with counts. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Today, like in the last lesson, we are studying a lot of variations. Let's just call them a lot of variations of infinite turn. Start basic. Then from the first basic turn, 1, 2, 3. Here, slide your hand across the waist of the follower and grab the other hand from the other side. Then do 1, 2 and go forward. That's a basic variation. So we have technically 2 free steps. The first 3 steps is the turn of the follower, and the second 3 steps is the turn of the leader. Then it repeats. Some definition before we start. In infinite turn, when we do our steps, we change places according to square steps. Square steps are going as follows. Start with basic turn. That's 1, 2, 3. Then we go to some side. 1, 2, 3. Then we repeat it. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Another important note before you start. When we do this kind of moves, here make sure that you slide your hand on the waist of the follower, and the same goes for the followers. 1, 2, 3. Where we go forward, followers slide their hand across the waist. If it goes like that, you don't have a contact with this hand, then you slide this hand instead. Now, to reach high grade of variations of this move, we're gonna split the move not just onto freeze, but also into legs part and arms part. First, let's start with the legs, because it has a lot of variations that you can do. They apply to both followers and leaders, but on the opposite freeze, so to say. So, 1, 2, 3. The first variation here goes after the basic turn of the follower. Leaders, we can go with the first step on spot instead of back. That's gonna be 1, 2, and you go forward like usual, 3. Then repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The same concept, as I said, applies to the followers as well, but on the opposite 3 steps. So, we start as usual, then we're gonna do just the same as basic. 1, 2, 3. And now, followers can do their steps differently. Instead of stepping back, they're gonna step first step on spot. 1, then 2, they can do on spot as well. 2, and on 3, they go forward and turn. So, the same as leaders. And now some more variations on this part where somebody is going to turn. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm gonna turn kind of forward. So what I do now is, instead of doing step back and on spot, I step forward. 1, step close, and 3 to completely turn. Now followers do their variations. 1, 2, and 3, they turn. Another variation. 1, 2, 3. This is actually applying to the leaders only, because we're gonna turn on 1. Look once again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another variation that is mostly applied to leaders only. 1, 2, 3. After you turn on 1, you can continue turning and do an additional turn. 1, 2, 3. So from here, just beware that this elbow needs to be close to your body when you turn. Then grab the other hand and do a basic turn. 1, 2, 3. For the last variation to apply more nicely to the couple, followers need to do their steps mostly forward when the leader turns. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna turn now and followers gonna step forward immediately. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, all the steps, all 3 steps will be forward in this case.
Now the variation that is mostly applied to the followers instead. Gonna step 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now they're gonna step forward, then cross, and then turn on 3. That's 1, cross, 3. It looks nice from the side. And let's do it once again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another variation that is mostly suitable for followers. Here, after basic turn, when the leader is gonna turn and followers do not turn, they're gonna step next. 1, 2, and on 3, they have a variation to slide the leg like in a circle, like in saccade move. Then on 1 step and cross, on 2 forward, and on 3 turn, like in a basic turn. Let's do it in motion. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The variation that is suitable for both partners. 1, 2, 3. Here, instead of stepping back or on spot for leaders, I'm gonna tap in front. That's 1, 2, and 3 with a turn. Now followers can do their turn. 1, 2, and 4 forward with the turn. 1, 2, 3. Another variation, let's call it tadak. 1, 2, 3. Before I go for the turn, I'm gonna step and 1. That's and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now the same variation, but applied to followers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now take all previous variations and we can actually apply them into the other side, so that at the 3 that we do after the turn. So for example, now 1, 2, 3, I turn, and now I apply any variation of the previous one. For example, tap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or attack. 1, 2, 3. So you basically double the amount of variations, but do them to the other side. Now let's do some variations with the hands. The first one goes like this. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, on 3, you put the right hand to your shoulder, but do not turn. 1, 2, 3. So you kind of starting to turn halfway, but then you turn back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now the variation where you change the hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here, with the left, put it here and change the hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So technically it's still infinite turn because we are doing the square step pattern. Another variation of the hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another variation on the arms, especially when the leader turns forward. You can put it up, like I did now, or put it down, like I did it now. 1, 2, 3. Also variation on the move itself, where you can add 5 steps of the followers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that you still hold the hand here, so that the follower don't go away too far, and also that you can catch your other arm here. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, once again, you put here into hammer lock, and from here do your part of the infinite turn. 1, 2, 3. Change the hand again and proceed with the normal variation. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Note about 5 steps moves. When the follower wants to do her 5 steps moves, but before she starts, she's doing some kind of footwork before this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For example, here let's do a tap forward. 1, 2, and 3. And now the leader goes for 5 steps. Note that it's possible, but leaders need to pay an additional attention towards the balance of the follower and towards where she starts. Another note, it's not more about the variation of the hands, it's more variation of the move itself. So other moves that you already know, like the gate, where the leader turns forward, it's also technically can be called an infinite turn because we are doing the same pattern of steps. Also this one, when you roll on the hand, they can also be called and put somewhere in between infinite turn. For example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did you like those hundreds of variations of infinite turn? If you did, then you know what to do. You need to like this video, consider subscribing to the channel, check out our other lessons, and see you in the next lesson.